Hey everybody, and welcome to another Cricut craft tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the occasional bonus live video. It is totally free to subscribe and a great way to help support my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys some things you can do with the digital paper that you can get on different sites like Design Bundles and Creative Fabrica and lots of other places. One option today is that you can use it to make your own printed patterned vinyl just by using some printable vinyl product, or you can use sticker paper. You can use lots of things to make this. I used StarCraft printable and I put it on in acrylic blank. Now I have not finished this acrylic blank yet. The back still has the protective paper on it, but this is going to show you guys a couple ways that you can use this digital paper to make a really fun pattern. So let's go over to Design Space so I can show you how to do it. So to use one of the digital papers, you'll need to find one obviously first. And there are a ton on Creative Fabrica and other websites, but this one I thought was really fun. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. So once you find the paper that you want to use, you're just going to click on download and it will bring up a little box that asks you where you want to put it. I'm going to put mine into my Cricut folder, and then I have a folder for backgrounds. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and save this. Once it downloads, on my computer it shows the little download down here. So you can open that up and you'll see that it has all of these JPG files. So we are going to go ahead and click extract all because we want to take all of them out of there so that we can use them. Go ahead and click browse, and I'm going to put mine into my backgrounds folder. This is how I organize all of my SVGs and designs and things. So go ahead, select that folder and click on extract. It's going to take a second. It'll extract them all. And we can go ahead and close this folder here. And what we can do now is we can take the view and look at them in large icons. That way you can see what your backgrounds look like, so it's easier to choose which one you want to use. And this just sort of gives you a better look at what you're kind of looking at. So we can make this a little bit bigger, and you can even make these bigger if you wanted, because you can do like extra large, and that just gives you a little bit more of a view of what your different backgrounds are. So once you kind of look at them and figure out which one you want to use, we'll use 03 here because I think that one's really fun. Go to your Cricut Design Space, and you're going to click on Upload. We're going to need to upload two things here. So upload image, we're going to click browse, and we're going to go ahead, go to our backgrounds and choose our mermaid background that we want to use. So this is the one we're going to use. Just go ahead and choose complex, click continue, and then just click continue again. You don't want to clean any of this up because we're going to use this entire thing. We're going to save it over here as the print then cut image. So click on save. And I'm going to show you two ways to do this because it's super easy either way. There's just a couple different reasons why you would do one way versus another. So the print and cut always takes just a few extra seconds to save. I think it just has a little bit more of like digital information for Cricut Design Space. So it does take it slightly longer to save. Now I have the SVG for the acrylic blank that we're going to use. We're just going to use the state of Ohio. It's real easy. I've already downloaded it. This one is from Zindy, but you can usually find the states pretty much at all the different places you can download. So let's go ahead and upload our state blank next so that we have it. So we'll go back to our Cricut folder, go into acrylic blanks, and then it's the Ohio keychain right here. And we want to use the cut file right here. And that is the state right here for you. So go ahead and click on save. Now what we're going to do is select both items by holding shift and clicking on both and clicking insert image. The reason the state of Ohio uploaded the way it did without asking us to clean it up was because it's an SVG. If you have a true SVG, you don't need to clean them up when you upload them. Your digital paper is going to load very large. That's just what it does. They are always pre-sized, kind of big. And we're going to go ahead and size it down just so we can see it better. I usually just do like a 6x6 square of it. And you'll see it sizes it down. So you can just kind of get this out of the way. Now we have two images here for our state of Ohio. We're going to go ahead and use this one because this is the inner cut for this. So go ahead and use your little eyeball and you can get rid of the one that you don't want to use. So we don't want to use that one. Now, the first way you can do this is to take your state of Ohio and slice it out of your paper. The bonus to doing it this way is that you can choose how big and what part of the pattern you want to use. So if you'd like the scales to be a little smaller, you can absolutely size this down, and then you can place your state or your design wherever you want to get whatever colors you want of your digital paper. You'll select both items and just click on slice. And what you'll end up with is the state or your shape sliced out of your digital paper. So we'll go ahead and move that over. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one, and I'm going to show you a second way to do this. So now the other option is to click on upload. And right here where it says pattern fill, click on upload and browse, and you can go ahead and find that background again. So we'll just choose that same background so that you guys can kind of see how it changes up the way it works. So go ahead and just save your background. You can name it or whatever you want. I typically don't. I'm kind of lazy with that. I probably should. But it does, again, take just a second or two to save it. And once you do that, you'll see that it doesn't give you like an option to insert the image. You'll go back to your canvas, and up here where it says no fill, you want to change that to print. And then where you have your color selector, select that. Oops. Select your color selector, and where it says print type, you can choose color or pattern. Click on the pattern, and it's going to bring up all the different patterns. Click on the one you uploaded, and I'm going to show you how it looks kind of different if you do it pattern fill versus choosing where your pattern is on your state or your design. So you can see that this one fits the pattern more into the state, and you're getting a smaller scallop. You're not able to choose where you want your colors to be. They're exactly the same. You can see they fit right on top of each other. They're identical, but one has smaller scallops because it fits that pattern into your shape. This one, like I said, you can kind of choose where you want your pattern to be and where you want your colors to be. So it's just a personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this one because I don't like the smaller scallops. So we'll use this one for our print then cut. All we're going to do is click make it. You don't want to resize your graphic because those are sized specifically to fit onto your acrylic. I'm going to go ahead and print this just on some StarCraft printable vinyl, and I'm going to show you guys how to cut that out, and then I'll apply it to our state. It's real easy to do. You do need to make sure that you have an inkjet printer and that you are making sure you're using a good quality vinyl product. You could use sticker paper as well, but I think the vinyl is going to give you a better look. So I'm going to get this printed out and I'll show you guys how to cut it. One thing I want to make sure to tell you guys is we're going to click send to printer. And with an item like this, you want to leave the bleed on because what that's going to help do is prevent you from having any like white around your design, because it's going to add just a little bit of a blur to the edge, and it's just going to help when it goes to cut it. So we're going to click on print, and it's going to send it over to my printer and print it out. Now we're ready to cut it out. So this is, again, the StarCraft printable inkjet vinyl. So this is going to get cut on light cardstock setting. Go ahead and load it. And what you'll see is once we hit the go button on our Cricut, there's going to be a light that's going to come on in the machine. That is the light that helps it sense the black box around the design. That is how it reads where it's supposed to cut. So I'm going to let this cut out for you guys, and then we are going to get to apply it to our acrylic. So now that we have it cut out, we're going to remove the paper backing from one side of our acrylic blank. I use my pin pen just to get under the little corner, and then you can just easily peel the paper off. Now it does sometimes rip, and that's okay because you can absolutely just go back and keep peeling. I always only do one side at a time. That way I don't accidentally rip the scratch the other side of the blank while I'm kind of moving it around while it's unprotected. So we'll go ahead and get this all off, and then we get to put on our design. Now, I will say be careful with this because you can reuse this paper again because you still have blank space, and you can absolutely like move your design around on your mat when you go to make it. So we're just going to go ahead, and I usually use my pin pen, but you want to be really careful. And I just kind of start the peel, and that way it easily peels off. And like I said, make sure you save this because you can reuse this. So now we're going to slide our State of Ohio over. And all we want to do is line this up. This part can be a little bit intimidating to do, but don't worry, you can totally do it, I promise. It's not that hard. And there you go. Now you can add UV resin on top of this. You could glitter the back if you want to. You can do lots of fun stuff. You can add additional vinyl on top of this if you would like to have a little more decoration. But you can do so much with this that it's really a fun way to make your own patterns to work with. And you can do this for anything that you would like to make a pattern for. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the occasional bonus live video. I hope you guys have a great day and happy crafting.